Morning all, it's Sunday. I'm in the studio. Best place for me to do my work, don't disturb anyone. I'm going to do a drawing exercise with you, introduction to something. It'll be a step by step. I'll talk you through it. Hopefully you learn something, hopefully you enjoy it. There'll be more of these. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the class. So first of all, nice welcome to you all. Little drawing there, welcome. A little bit of graffiti, something basic. But what you'll notice is shadowing, the three-dimensional nature of the lettering. So that's what we're going to look at today. So moving on from there. So our art skill is going to be making 3D. So you may have come across the idea of 3D before in class or just in conversation. So what do you think 3D is? What does it stand for? Have a think while I prep the next page. So as you can see on this page, we have 2D, which is a four-sided shape, a quadrilateral. A little bit of maths there for you. So when we talk about two-dimensional, it's a flat object, and the dimensions we have are the height and the width. Okay, now we want to add a third dimension. So what could that be? What do you think our third dimension should be? We're not talking about Marvel and we're not talking about other universes. It's a real simple thing, but it makes all the difference. So if I just draw out another quadrilateral quickly, using a pencil and a ruler, we're using parallel lines. So what is parallel? Any of you out there know what parallel is? Probably all really good answers being yelled at the screen right now. So parallel are two lines that run equally, consistently, but will never meet. So this one and this one, this one and this one. They're pairs. Brilliant, okay? So then what we're going to do to add our third dimension is we're just going to draw out from the corners, the angles. We want to run parallel lines again, so same angles. Now this ruler is quite helpful, it's quite big, but I can sort of line up the other edge with it. And then we're running parallel, this line here will be parallel to this top line here. Brilliant. And then the side line here, move it out so it clocks in line. Great. And then what we've got a box. So we've gone from a square to a box or a cube. Okay, so we have height, we have width, and now we have the depth. Okay, so we've got a three-dimensional object. Nice and simple. So all we did was we drew lines out from the corners, all the same, and then we can shade in as we want to. Have a quick go at that. I'll move on to the next bit. So, add the third dimension. So, I'm going to do you a demo. You do not need to write name. You can do your own name, okay? But what I thought I'd do is just quickly write out name and show you quickly how I would do 3D. Now, I could use a ruler, but for graffiti, you tend to just do it by eye. So I'm just going to angle off of all the corners. All the same. Remember this sort of idea of parallel. I'm sure you all will remember what parallel is. It just helps. And then what you're going to do is you link up your lines. Okay, very quick, very simple. Then what we can add in if we wanted to. Just so you can see it a bit clearer. So you can see that suddenly it's got a bit of weight to it. It has solidity, and you want that so it pops off the page. Now, to help you, what I've done is I've drawn you out a graffiti alphabet. So what you could do for doing your name is you could pause the video, you could find the letters, and you could try and draw them out yourself. That'd be really easy to do. You don't need to copy what I've done. I'm not going to claim that my graffiti alphabet is better than anyone else's. In fact, there is loads out there. Feel free, go on the internet, have a look, find someone else's style that you really like, or make your own. Do a real basic, draw out the letters, then play around drawing around the outside. There's no right or wrong in art. There's definitely not a right or wrong really in graffiti lettering, because it's about the creativity, the freedom of expression. And then just so you guys can see, I've done a little scribble here. So it says homeschool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some 3D. Now, but what you can do in graffiti, as I've said before, is it's about giving the weight to it, but also the side. But there's nothing that's saying that you can't change how it moves. Now, if I've done obviously the left-hand side here, but on this side, if I wanted to change it up, suddenly it changes the way it looks quite quickly because it twists the lettering. It's like the H is bent in the middle. And you can play around with this. This is something you can do for yourself. Be experimental. Don't think that my way is the way to do it. All art's pretty much been done before, but what you're doing is finding your own feet. And that's a beautiful journey to be on. So you can see there, scribble a bit in. Okay, I'm not going to keep going, but you can see the idea. What I want you to do is take this, run with it, have a go, enjoy it. There's no real right or wrong, as I've said before. Experiment, scribble, go over again, redraw, and enjoy. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining in with that video. Hope you enjoy it, hope it helps you out. Remember, stay safe, enjoy the good weather. I am.